Hello, this is Jam from Dreams with Jam and Tea, and welcome to this video. We're going to talk about entries and exits and different ways you can decorate. If you could like and subscribe to this channel and video, I'd really appreciate that. As would Tea, we really appreciate all your support. Okay, we're going to start in the plaza today. I've created a little alleyway here using the brick fencing and just these rocks in the back of the buildings. You can see it's a little walkway between all three of these biomes, the forest, the meadow, and the plaza. Okay, so placed in between here, we have use of the Ratatouille entry or, entry or exit way. It's a thing you can create with fragments from the DLC. Here I used a gazebo and some flower beds to create this pretty walkway between the meadow and plaza. You could also use a little park setting like this. Don't be afraid to block stuff off. You can walk around it. And here it's just an open fencing, again, creating this little alleyway between the three biomes. Okay, so here I used the plaza bushes, a tree. I like to decorate in 3s and 5s, so you can see there was a tree, two of the planters, etc. Okay, so here we have a fence and bushes to make you kind of take this turn into the farm. Okay, so up into the Forgotten Lands, we have these two big tusks, and they kind of create their own entry and exit. So here I just added a little rug, the leaf rug, and a bush and a light, the little butterfly flower as well. Entry into the farm. So I've used the trellis here, and I've turned them vertically instead of horizontally up against, just to create this like little walkway. And again, using one here, echoing that one with the leaf rug and then the white fence in between. You can mix up different media, different fences, different entry and exits. Okay, so over here, we transition between this kind of farm area, which is, you can see the hay bales. I created this, using bushes and then the the butterfly flowers and lights to create this kind of exit into the next area, which is much more like the savannah area where Simba and Nala live. So here I've used these other trellis that you can build, and this is a DLC item as well. Eternity Isle DLC. And then over here, I've taken 3 of the palms, the bent palms, and joined them together with 3 others on the other side to create kind of this walkway, and then you can see that moment with the waterfall as you walk across. And then up here with this entry into the Forgotten Lands, we have a tree that's built in. You can't move that tree right there. So I've just placed a couple lights in these cactus planters. Again, they're Eternity Isle items. If you don't have Eternity Isle items, you'll hear me say that a lot because there's a lot of decor that you can get from that pack. So if you see it on sale, I do suggest that you pick it up. If you like to decorate, well, you're watching this video, so you like to decorate, I suggest that you pick it up only because there's so many different cool items, indoors and outdoors, that you can create. So here, going down into the meadow. The meadow is much more of a natural biome, so I've used just a lot of bushes and rocks and flowers, and just some lights to create my entry and exits here. Not so much, like the arches and all that kind of thing. Okay, and then over here going into the glade, we have two entries right next to each other. We have the one going straight down and then the one to the right. So I've created these bushes to make kind of like a walkway path using then the rocks in between. And as we walk down, you'll see the path kind of ends at that clock and bushes and then makes you turn left. And I've used the balloons here to create, you can use balloons. You can add the smaller balloons on the ends like I've done here. And the balloon arches come in so many different colors that, you can pick and choose. So you can see here, we've got the banners and then the pink and purple balloons that kind of match. So you can, use those items as you wish. There's also this tree arch here, which I'm actually using to, separate different things out. So you can see here the arch there below, but behind here, there is like a little village. On the other side will be Tiana. So I've used that arch to kind of separate those. And then here I've used two willows to kind of, it creates this little walkway. And then right up against the willows, we have these Hercules arches and these temple buildings to create this secret garden effect. And again, going out the matching willows on the other side. So here we have Candyland, and I've used the start sign from the DLC fragments that you can build. And then these really bright lights kind of pop in and out at their exits and entries here on this side. Okay, and then here's the entry, the park entry building that we got. If you got that from the premium shop. So you can see that that's used as that. And I have it up here in the meadow as well, going down into the beach, which you'll see in just a second here. And I like the white fencing up against it, but the brick fencing works really great too. And sometimes you'll see, I like to create these moments as you walk in and out. So as you walk down through this entryway, you see Ariel's castle as you walk down. And it's really beautiful. It's even better at night with all those lily pads glowing. Okay, so we're going to walk through this little market here, but you can see I've used the palms again to create this corridor up into the glade. I love using those palms like that. You'll see that quite a bit in my builds here and on Eternity Isle. And then walking straight across, I've used tiki torches and the banner to get into this area here, which is kind of like a little boardwalk arcade. Okay, so here, you can use and make your entry. I've created a wall and then an entry into this kind of residential section on the beach. You don't have to use them directly up against, entries and exits. You can create your own. So I've done that here as well with the fencing up against it to create this kind of zone of where I want people to go. Okay, so we can go to the right here into the residential section, or we can go straight into the back here where we can get up into the forest. Again, using palms. And then as we come down from the forest, you can see these nice, pretty waterfalls up against the back, kind of blocking off your view of the residential section. Again, kind of forcing you to go to the right. Okay, so up here we've used, these are the hedges from the Alice in Wonderland pack that we got, the maze. And then I've put the Hercules arch in between. So in the forest, I've used the Hercules arches in every single entry and exit. So you'll see how I've done that in different ways. Those hedges look really good up against the brick fence. Again, you can see how you can use this to create an entry and exit. I put the lions on either side. Okay, so here we've got the entry up into the frozen area. I just put 2 lamps because the stairs themselves are kind of their own magical entryway. We don't really need to do anything special there. And I've put all these willows just to create a magical moment as you walk up. And you really can't see what's behind, but it's just this really pretty glowing blue. Okay, so this one we have 2 arches up against each other. One, for it's kind of like going into Goofy's area, and then the other going across this little bridge here. So you can create, like I've created a little corner here. Okay, and then this is just using some fences and these trees to create this area. Okay, these 2 arches this is a way you can mirror across the bridge. So what you can do is I have 2 fountains, 2 lights, and then the arch. So again, 5. And then when you go across, you turn around and it's the exact same thing. So it's mirroring each side of the bridge is going to be the same. So that entry and exit, it makes this really pretty flow. Excuse me, Maui.
Demigod of the wind and sea, hero to all.
Cool. Okay. I've created my own little entryway here into where the Corona Castle and Rapunzel are. You can do that using these planters and the bushes. And what's nice, you can see, is you can walk right over top of them without them blocking your way. So if you've got, night thorns that explode, you can quickly get your coins. And you can create, items around, like I've used the table as kind of a block. Okay, we're going to go back up this way here. So you can see I use all my arches to kind of force you to go a certain way. Okay, so here we have the trellis again, but this one's kind of creating this little nook. Instead of going straight, I'm creating, and you can make those as big as you want. So if you wanted to create one all the way across and make almost like a corridor, you can do that. And here again, we've used bushes and then the arch at the end with lights to go up into this area of the frozen area. I keep saying the frozen area, Frosted Heights. Okay, and then you can do something where you can hide an entry or an entrance, or an entry or exit. So here we know we can get up to the Frosted Heights behind, but what I've done is kind of hidden it, making it almost like a little back door. So you can see there's rocks that do go up, and then they transition to the frozen rocks with these. And I've used these snow clouds on top for my kind of transition instead of using like an arch or anything like that, because it's a hidden area. So we just have the rocks and then the snow clouds.
Never turn your back on me.
Okay, and then this one here, I've used the arch, a couple bushes, and then I've put these flower planters and again, it's an odd number. So we have 7 instead of, I always suggest 3, 5, 7, 9, it's pleasing to the eye. You'd think, symmetrical things would be an even number, but it's not. To make things symmetrical, you have one main focal point in the center, and then you have an even number of things around. But yeah, try to keep your things at 3, 5s, and 7s, and you'll see that your builds look much more pleasing. Here's the use of the wrought iron fence to make an entry into Remy's area. And again, you can see all the way down to the beach from here through these entryways. We try not to block views. And here you can see you can use planters and bushes to line. You don't have to just keep using rocks and stuff like that. We have all kinds of items that can be turned and, used in different ways. Daisy, we can just put a couple rocks to make a curved kind of path up into her area. So yeah, there's all different ways you can decorate your entry and exits. I hope this gave you some inspiration, and thank you so, so much for watching. I really appreciate you.